Damn it, I was trying to avoid a part four. It'll be a short part four. Try not to make it an actual short, though. Um, I'll get back on here tomorrow at some point. I might be able to do the Jeep showcase tomorrow because, like I said, I'm gonna include it in the GoFundMe, to help get it running and get it right. And I'm gonna shoot that out to the different Jeep groups I belong to, and see if maybe I can make something happen with that. Um, get up some money and probably have to get my buddy Scott to come out here on the weekend and uh, us go to a junkyard and get a lift gate. You have to go up to Jacksonville or down to Daytona. We got one junkyard here in St. Augustine, but it's not a self service. They pull the parts for you, which in my state that would be beneficial. I always hated going to a parts yard like that. I like to be able to go out there and pull the stuff I want, inspect it before I decide, yeah, this is what I want. Plus, going to a junkyard and I spend all damn day in a junkyard. It's cathartic. Yeah, I can't talk. It's cathartic for me. Uh, well, maybe I was right. Cathartic. It's cathartic for me. Um, it's relaxing. I love going to the junkyard and just picking this, working on that. The only bad thing about going to the junkyard for me is I'll occasionally see an antique in there, and I'm just like, oh, baby girl, you did not deserve to end up here. And what I really hate about most parts yards is you can't buy whole cars from the parts yard. They'll sometimes, depending on the yard, fix some stuff and put it out front for sale. But if it ends up out there in the yard, you can't buy the whole car. The only way you could buy the whole car would be to buy it piece by piece, and you couldn't get the title. So that makes me sad to see an antique in there, especially something from like the 70s on back. From the 80s, it's got to be specific stuff. Uh, but yeah, it always makes me sad to see uh, the golden oldies in a junkyard. But other than that, I love, I spend all day in a junkyard. It's like Disneyland for me. It's cathartic. Um, Something else that used to bug the shit out of her. I would, you know, go out to a junkyard and I'd be there for a couple of hours and I would start getting messages. Are you done yet? Are you on your way home yet? When are you coming home? And it's like, yeah, she worked all week and I was home with Joey, taking care of the baby. But I was taking care of the baby. I was, taking care of the house. When she would be here on the weekends, she wouldn't have to do housework. I never asked her to help me do housework, and she never offered. The only thing she managed to do was complain about shit that I didn't get done. Uh, Even on the weekends, it was like she didn't want to spend all day just her and Joey, you know. Constantly wanted help. She hated doing poopy diapers. Lord, she hated changing poopy diapers. I would have to help her every time she did it, and most times I did it myself. Uh, I didn't mind, it's my son. But she hated it when I would, get lost in the junkyard, and I'm detoxing, I'm de-stressing, and she would bug the shit out of me, and then she would be pissed off because I was in the junkyard too long. So But yeah, a service yard where they pull it for you would be more advantageous for me right now, but it's also going to make it more expensive because you're also paying for their labor. So I still rather go to a self-serve yard and get a lift gate and hopefully find one with crank handles, because both window regulators in the front doors on my Jeep have stripped out teeth. And it's got crank handles, which I massively prefer crank handles. It's a pain in the ass to change a window crank motor, and when they go bad, they go bad. But yeah, I'm just running this one out so it doesn't end up a short like that one time, last time. Things will be better next month, hopefully. The insurance will be back in place, and I'll have the U-card back. Have a little bit more money to work with. Still really, really tight this month, so the GoFundMe will be in the description of all of these videos. If you are able to help and you would like to, I would be much appreciative. But if not, I understand. I'm not, on my knees begging pretty please, if you can help me out and you think I'm worth helping out, you have my eternal gratitude, and hopefully one day I will be able to repay you in some way. Like I said before, maybe I'll write the next great American novel. I used to always want to be an author. And I got a bunch of unfinished stuff, I keep telling myself that I need to sit down and start working on this shit, and maybe I can make some money that way, but my mind's just not right, But, yeah, GoFundMe's there if you can and would like to donate. I'm so very grateful. If not, I understand. If all you could do would be to like the videos, share them, and get it in front of more eyes, that would help just as much, because that increases potential donors. And hopefully I can quickly get to a point where I can go back to work, and then I won't need GoFundMe anymore. God, I can't wait till the day I can post that video. I'm here to announce I am finally suspending my GoFundMe campaign. God, I can't wait. I dream about that shit. Pardon my French. Alright, y'all have a good evening. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.